Have you ever heard of a place so poor that most people live on less than $2 a day? Yet so rich in traditions, natural beauty, and surprising customs that it will leave you speechless? It sounds like a paradox, right? Like a joke where the punchline doesn't quite land because it's too real. Well, that place exists, and it's a small, landlocked nation in southeastern Africa called Malawi. It's a country that often gets overlooked, a quiet kid in the back of the class of global tourism. But trust me, once you get to know it, it's the one you can't stop thinking about. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this incredible nation. We're going beyond the headlines about poverty to uncover a world of unique dating rituals, controversial sexual traditions that will make you raise an eyebrow, and some truly bizarre laws that sound like they were written on a dare. We'll meet the famously friendly people who have earned Malawi the nickname, the warm heart of Africa. I promise you, after hearing these 15 mind-blowing facts, you'll never forget it. This isn't just a list, it's a journey into a culture that is as complex and contradictory as it is beautiful. So, forget everything you think you know about Africa. Forget the stereotypes and the simple narratives. We're about to explore a place that challenges expectations at every turn, from powerful women running the markets to strange debates in parliament and secret ceremonies by the lake. Malawi is a story that needs to be told. Are you ready to see a different side of the continent? Good, let's dive in. Alright, let's get the tough part out of the way first. Statistically, Malawi is one of the poorest countries on the planet. I mean, we're talking about a place where the majority of the population survives on what most people spend on a fancy coffee. Life is hard. The infrastructure is lacking, opportunities are scarce, and the daily grind is a real physical thing. You'd think this would be a recipe for misery, a place where everyone is justifiably grumpy and cynical. You'd expect frowns and frustration, and honestly no one would blame them. But then you arrive, and the reality just completely messes with your expectations. Instead of gloom, you're hit with this wave of warmth. People smile at you, genuinely. They greet you with an enthusiasm that's almost disarming. It's why Malawi is famously known as the warm heart of Africa. It's a reputation built not on wealth or power, but on the kindness of its people. It's a profound lesson, really. It shows that happiness isn't necessarily tied to your bank account, but to your community, your connections, and your spirit. It's a place that reminds you that a smile costs nothing, but it can be worth everything. Now, if you think poverty is the only story, you're missing the real power dynamics at play. In many parts of the world, markets and money are a man's game. But in Malawi, you step into a bustling local market and you'll quickly notice who's in charge. It's the women. They are the entrepreneurs, the managers, the hustlers. They're running the stalls, negotiating prices with a skill that would make a Wall Street trader blush, and managing the family finances with precision. They are the economic backbone of their communities. This isn't just a coincidence, it's deeply rooted in the culture. In many of Malawi's ethnic groups, like the Chiwa and Yao, society is matrilineal. Think about that for a second. This means that lineage, property, and inheritance are all passed down through the mother's side of the family. A man might be the public face, but the woman owns the land and the home. It's a system that gives women a level of authority and economic independence that is rare in many other parts of the world. It completely flips the script on what you might assume about gender roles in a traditional African society. But with the good comes the complicated, and in Malawi, things get very complicated. Along the shores of the magnificent Lake Malawi, fishing is life. It's the main source of food and income for countless communities. But this dependence has given rise to a deeply troubling and controversial practice known as jaboya, or fish for sex. In this informal barter system, women who can't afford to buy fish outright are often coerced into exchanging sexual favors with fishermen just to get food to feed their families. It's a brutal transaction born from desperation. This isn't some ancient tradition, it's a modern problem fueled by poverty and gender inequality. It traps women in a cycle of exploitation and exposes them to incredible risks, including HIV. It's a dark side to the lakeside paradise, a survival tactic that highlights the extreme hardships people face. Thankfully, this is not a secret people are ignoring. Local and international organizations are working tirelessly to empower these women, providing them with their own boats, business training, and alternative sources of income to break the cycle and end this exploitative practice for good. In Malawi, the transition from childhood to adulthood isn't just marked by a birthday. It's a major cultural event, especially for girls. When a girl reaches puberty, she often takes part in a secret initiation ceremony known as chinamwali. This isn't just a party, it's an intense, secluded period of learning where elder women known as anamkungwi guide the girls. They are taken away from the village for days, sometimes weeks, to a special hut where they are taught the secrets of womanhood. These teachings cover everything from hygiene and cooking to how to please a future husband and manage a household. It's a traditional form of sex education, wrapped in cultural rituals, songs, and dances. The goal is to prepare them for marriage and their role within the community. While some aspects are seen as empowering, a sisterhood that passes down wisdom, it's also controversial. Critics argue that these ceremonies can sometimes promote outdated gender roles and, in some cases, have been linked to practices that put young girls' health and autonomy at risk. And this is where the controversy around initiation rites gets much, much darker. In some southern regions of Malawi, a deeply disturbing and now illegal practice was tied to these ceremonies, the tradition of the hyena man, or fisi. A fisi was a man hired by parents, for a fee, to have sex with their daughter as the final step of her initiation into womanhood. It was seen as a ritual cleansing, a way to test the lessons she had learned, and officially mark her transition. Let that sink in. It was ritualized, transactional rape, disguised as tradition. This practice is utterly horrifying and a stark violation of human rights. Thankfully, brave Malawian activists and journalists have exposed this tradition to the world, leading to a government crackdown and arrests. The fight isn't over, as these things are often driven underground, but there is a powerful movement within Malawi to eradicate it completely. It serves as a chilling reminder that tradition can sometimes be used to justify the unjustifiable, and it highlights the ongoing battle to protect young girls from exploitation in the name of culture. Now, from the deeply serious to the utterly bizarre, let's talk about farts. Yes, farts. In 2011, Malawi's parliament became the center of international ridicule for debating a law that would make it illegal to, and I quote, vitiate the atmosphere in any place, so as to make it noxious to the public. The media, of course, ran with it, calling it a farting ban. The story was that you could get arrested for passing gas in public. It was a perfect headline, a WTF moment from a small African country. The reality was a little less silly, but only slightly. The justice minister at the time had to go on the radio to clarify. He explained that the law was an old, colonial-era public decency law that was being misinterpreted. He famously declared, "How can we prove that one has farted? It's an issue of evidence." The proposed amendment wasn't about criminalizing accidental flatulence but about reinforcing public order. Still, the whole affair, which became known as Fartgate, was a moment of pure political comedy that showed even in serious legislative chambers, things can get lost in the air. Let's wash away the memory of fart debates with something truly beautiful. We need to talk about Lake Malawi. This is not just a lake, it's an inland ocean. It's the third largest lake in Africa, so vast that when you stand on its shore, you can't see the other side. The water is crystal clear, the beaches are golden, and it's fringed with lush green mountains. It's the kind of place you see on a postcard and assume is photoshopped. But it's real, and it's the heart and soul of the nation. They call it the Lake of Stars because at night, the lanterns of the fishermen out on the water look like a mirror image of the starry sky above. But the real magic is beneath the surface. The lake is a UNESCO World Heritage Site because it's home to more species of fish than any other lake in the world, most of them found nowhere else on Earth. These are the cichlids, tiny, brilliantly colored fish that dart around like underwater jewels. For a country with so many struggles, this lake is a source of life, pride, and breathtaking world-class beauty. With such a stunning backdrop, it's no surprise that Lake Malawi is also the center stage for romance. This isn't about swiping right on an app. Courtship here is traditional, practical, and deeply connected to the lake itself. For a young man, his prospects as a husband are directly tied to his skills on the water. A man who is a good fisherman, who can bring in a big catch, is seen as a great provider. His canoe, his net, his knowledge of the water, these are his resume. So, how does he impress a woman? He might show off his biggest catch of the day. He might use the money from selling his fish to buy her a small gift. But it's also about flair. Young men will often gather by the shore in the evenings, performing energetic dances that mimic the act of fishing and the movement of the waves. It's a display of strength, agility, and confidence. The women watch from a distance, giggling and evaluating. It's a timeless ritual where the rhythm of the lake sets the rhythm of love. That lakeside courtship dance is just a small taste of a much bigger part of Malawian life. Music and dance. In Malawi, music isn't just entertainment, it's communication. It's how history is passed down, how communities celebrate, how they mourn, and of course, how they flirt. Every major life event, from birth to marriage to funerals, has its own specific songs and dances. The Gulawamkulu, or Great Dance of the Chiwa people, is so culturally significant, it's recognized by UNESCO. It's a secret society of masked dancers who represent spirits and ancestors. When it comes to romance, dance is the language of attraction. It's a way to express joy, vitality, and interest without having to say a word. Different ethnic groups have their own unique courtship dances. These are often high-energy rhythmic performances where men show off their stamina, and women display their grace. The beat of the drum is the heartbeat of the community, and joining in the dance is joining in the conversation. It's a vibrant, living art form that connects people to their culture and to each other. So, we have this picture of Malawi extreme poverty on one hand, and this incredible warmth and vibrant culture on the other. It leads to a fascinating question. How can a country with so little be so happy? Various global happiness indexes have often ranked Malawi surprisingly high, far higher than many wealthier nations. It seems to defy all economic logic. I mean, you can't pay your bills with a smile, so what's the secret? The answer seems to lie in what they have, not what they lack. The wealth of Malawi is in its social fabric. People rely on each other. Community isn't just a buzzword, it's a survival mechanism and a source of profound joy. Family bonds are incredibly strong, and neighbors look out for one another. There's a sense of belonging that has been lost in many fast-paced, individualistic societies. Their happiness isn't derived from material possessions, but from human connection, from shared laughter, from the support system that catches them when they fall. It's a powerful reminder that maybe, just maybe, our modern definition of wealth is missing the point. You can't understand a culture without tasting its food, and in Malawi, the food is simple, hearty, and often comes with a kick. The staple dish is ensima, a thick porridge made from maize flour, which is eaten with a relish, usually made from vegetables, beans, or if you're lucky, fish or meat, and Malawians love their spice. Peri-peri chili is a constant companion to most meals, adding a fiery punch that will wake you right up. It's food designed to fuel a hard day's work. But food is also tied to mood, and you guessed it, romance. The spicy dishes are believed to be mood boosters, getting the blood flowing and lifting the spirits. And then there are the beliefs around the fish from the lake. Certain types of fish, like the chambo, a species of tilapia, are not only a national delicacy, but are also considered by some to be aphrodisiacs. The idea is that the vitality of the lake and its creatures can be transferred to those who eat them. So a romantic dinner in Malawi might just be a plate of spicy chambo with ensima, a meal that feeds the body and the soul. Now let's talk about the structure of the family itself, which can look very different from what many are used to. While polygamy is officially illegal under civil law in Malawi, it is still practiced under what is known as customary law, especially in rural and Muslim communities. For some men, having multiple wives is a symbol of status and wealth, showing that he is a powerful provider who can support a large family. It's a complex issue with roots in both tradition and religion. But here's where it gets interesting, especially when you remember the matrilineal system. In those communities, even in a polygamous marriage, the woman often retains significant power. Each wife typically has her own house and her own plot of land to cultivate, giving her a degree of economic independence within the larger family unit. The first wife, in particular, often holds a position of authority and respect among the other wives. It's not a simple case of male domination, it's a complicated negotiation of power, tradition, and personal relationships. In the modern world, we often dismiss things we can't see or prove, but in Malawi, the spiritual world is very much a part of daily reality. Belief in witchcraft, or Ufidi, is widespread and deeply ingrained in the culture, coexisting alongside Christianity and Islam. This isn't about pointy hats and broomsticks, it's a serious belief system used to explain misfortune, illness, and conflict. If your crops fail or you have a dispute with a neighbor, witchcraft might be blamed. These beliefs inevitably spill over into the world of dating and relationships. People believe in love potions that can be used to attract an unwilling partner. They fear curses or juju that a jealous rival might place on their relationship to make it fail. If a romance goes sour, one person might accuse the other of using witchcraft to manipulate them. It adds a layer of spiritual intrigue and danger to the already complex game of love, where a broken heart might not just be bad luck, but the result of a powerful curse. Despite the powerful roles women can hold, Malawi faces a huge challenge that undermines their potential child marriage. Malawi has one of the highest rates of child marriage in the world, with nearly half of all girls married before the age of 18. The causes are a tangled web of poverty, tradition, and lack of education. For a poor family, marrying off a daughter can mean one less mouth to feed and the receipt of a lobola or bride price. This practice robs girls of their childhood, their education, and their future. It perpetuates a cycle of poverty and poor health for both the young mother and her children. But Malawi is fighting back. In 2017, the country passed a constitutional amendment raising the minimum age of marriage to 18 for both boys and girls, with no exceptions. A powerful female chief, Teresa Kachindamoto, has gained international fame for annulling hundreds of child marriages in her district and ordering the children back to school. It's an uphill battle, but it's a fight for the future of Malawi's girls. So after all this, what is Malawi? It's a country of stunning contradictions. It's the breathtaking beauty of the Lake of Stars and the harsh reality of the fish for sex trade on its shores. It's the warmth of the warm heart of Africa and the chilling shadow of the hyena tradition. It's a place where women can inherit all the family property, but can also be forced into marriage as a child. It's a nation that can debate farting in parliament while grappling with some of the most profound issues of human existence. To visit, or even just learn about Malawi, is to have your preconceptions shattered. It's impossible to fit it into a neat little box. It demands that you look closer, listen harder, and think deeper. It leaves you with more questions than answers, and that's a good thing. The lasting impression isn't one of poverty, but one of resilience. It's the spirit of a people who, despite having so little, have a wealth of culture, community, and kindness that many in the developed world have lost. It's complex, it's challenging, and it's absolutely unforgettable. So, what do you think? Is Malawi the poorest yet most fascinating country on Earth? We've journeyed through its incredible highs and its troubling lows. We've seen a culture that empowers women in one breath and endangers them in the next. We've met people who find joy and community in the face of incredible hardship. It's a place that isn't easy to define, and that's what makes it so compelling. It's a testament to the complexity of the human experience, all concentrated in one small, beautiful nation. I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts. Which fact surprised you the most? The farting debate, the matrilineal society, the hyena men? There are no right or wrong answers here, just perspectives. Let me know in the comments. Let's start a conversation about this incredible, overlooked corner of the world. The stories of places like Malawi deserve to be heard, discussed, and understood, and that conversation starts with you. If you enjoyed this journey into one of Africa's hidden gems, and if you believe that understanding the world means looking beyond the headlines, then please do me a favor. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from around the world. Your support helps me bring these important, complex, and fascinating narratives to light. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.